Hello and welcome back to another news video for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni. This time we're looking at, yet again, another update to the special site, the 5.3 special site. Soon we'll be having a 5.4 special site, but for now we've finally got some new additions for 5.35, which is of course coming to us very, very soon. In fact, next week on October the 13th. Can you believe it's October already? Me personally, I cannot. So, as you can see, on the special site, if you click on the little green thingies that show up, it shows you what's new. And really, the only addition is to the Bosjan Southern Front itself, as you can see here. So it says, when the Empire first invaded Bozjar, Alermuk Fortress was erected in southern Bozjar, the location chosen for its natural defenses. Alas, the seemingly impregnable stronghold fell, and has been since known under the Garlean name Castrum Lacus Litore. Emboldened by the rebirth of Gunhilda's blades, the Bosjan resistance has begun Operation Eagle's Nest in a bid to regain this most necessary foothold in the southern front. Excellent, and we have some images, so let's look at those. This one is the first one then. As you can see then, there's the castrum on the hill at the top there, which I presume is going to be included as a part of this. This isn't like a dungeon quite yet. There will be like the main Bosjan Citadel added, I believe, in 5.4 onwards, right, in that cycle. Probably something like 5.45 or something like that in the second part. But for the southern front, this is like your first offensive. You'll notice here as well in this particular frame, we have like crystal damage as well. It's very much like just a war front where experimental weaponry has been used. There's all manner of things, obviously Magitech Death Claws and Magna Roders and turret cannons and stuff like that. It really does have that sort of World War II sort of sci-fi explosion area. The second one then of one of those critical engagements, they're now called. You can tell it's a critical engagement because you've got a barrier, as you see with this diamond around there. So think of these like the notorious monster fates inside Eureka. Okay, so it's the same thing, only for the big ones, a barrier is erected preventing people from going in or out after a certain point. So if you die, basically that's, you either get rezzed by other people inside here or that's you done. You can see here like there's this massive AoE that's being hit on the floor. It's rare to see a green AoE actually. This looks like something that these people probably don't want to stand in, unless this is something that a character's casting. I doubt that. But yes, this thing looks absolutely amazing. It's like a robotic sort of, I don't know what this model is actually. I recognize this from somewhere and I can't remember where. I remember this sort of like dish on the back, this antenna dish. Maybe you guys know. It looks very Final Fantasy XIII to me personally, but it's most likely something from Type 0 with that kind of model. Very interesting. There's a lot of advanced Magitech being used in this battlefield, so I'm really looking forward to seeing the different types of enemies. I think that's something that's everyone's sort of looking forward to. You can also tell there are other things on hand here. You've got the Magitech bits here, so there'll be line AoEs and stuff going ahead on these fights. So imagine basically a critical engagement is kind of like an instance boss fight, but just with a barrier around it. So it's not in an instanced area, it's just inside Bosjar itself, and you have to be here on time. Some of them do have certain prerequisites to be able to take part in them. Like, for example, General Bashatar, if we remember correctly, is based on the skill of the player. How that's calculated is still yet to be fully addressed to us, but apparently people who perform well are the ones that get pulled into particular that fight. So this is just another great example of one of these bosses, and I'm super hyped. The other image then is, wow, this is fantastic as well. This looks like another piece of, like, well, it's a fixed robot, isn't it? Like, it looks like it's on like a crane or something, and it's lifted down. It doesn't look like this is a mobile unit that's going to move around. It looks like you're fighting the actual defenses of the citadel itself, as you can see with all the buildings here of Bosjar. It's of Castrum Thingy Litore, and you've got all these characters here fighting against that. I would like to think that probably some of this is probably like hidden bits in this as well. They're all using the relics, right? Look, all the resistance weapons. One thing they've not shown in this is that with patch 5.35 and Bosja, you will have access to the glowy versions of what we have at the moment. So the branch glows. All of these weapons now start to glow. What a cool looking boss this is, though, with these big sort of like super conducted, superheated spikes that look like they drill into you, you know, lightning everywhere. This is going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait to get stuck into this, and we're going to get to play with it as soon as the 13th, so I'm all the hype for that. And here we go. This is another image that you'll all love. Just to further confirm then that the General Bashatar flight unit, which a lot of people mistakenly thought was from Nier or something, that as I always said, it would be coming from the Bosjan Southern Front, and I really hope that this is quite an accessible mount. A lot of people have been speculating whether or not you have to be chosen for that fight against the General to get this, or if like this will be applied to multiple people who take part in the previous fate, or the success of that one player in the duel if other people get it. I don't know. Not many people know. Or it could be as simple as just from, you know, like when we had the bunnies and you got the happy bunny in Eureka and you took it to a treasure chest and you opened the treasure chest and you had a chance. If it's like that, is this going to be market tradable? Is this going to be something that we have to work our arse off for? Because obviously this model is from Type 0, if you didn't already know. If you've never played Type 0, by the way, massive recommendation from me. It's the most gritty of Final Fantasy games you will ever play in your life. There's blood and guts, and just it's surprising. It really is. But that is a beautiful shot of this mount. We've seen a GIF of this on Instagram a long time ago. We did a video on that, looking at it, and heard the sounds of it. Go check that out. Just type in the name of this flight suit thing and Bosja Southern Front, and it'll probably pop up. But yeah, that is really awesome. Really, really awesome indeed. Especially how you're sat on it as well. Very cool. Very cool indeed. And of course, when it transforms, it turns into like, you know, a ground-based thing where you're sat in it, you know, sort of thing. Like a transformer. But yes, very cool. It makes me want the Nier version of this that we see in the actual Nier raids even more than I already do. But yes, those are the images that are new for that. Like I say, though, that is the only new addition because patch 5.3 and its cycle is coming towards its end. So 5.35 obviously is the last part of patch 5.3 cycle, which is really cool because that means we move towards December's proposed release of patch 5.4. In fact, the upcoming live letter on I think it's the 10th, will be very interesting. We'll get to see a lot of stuff about the future of the game, so I'm looking forward to that. So that's what's new in that regard. At the bottom of the page, if you click on the media section, you can get some high-res images. Interestingly enough, though, they are worth clicking on. Here's a full size of that thing. Oh, apparently it does have legs. It's really quite scary, isn't it? And those are those superheated like drill spikes. Those look awesome. This model in general is just fantastic, isn't it, in terms of like a boss character. It's just something so different. This bit at the top reminds me very heavily of Final Fantasy XII sort of design, and then you've got like bits of 13. Oh, it's so good. And then this image, very interesting. I'm not sure what to think about this. I love the griffin, but this looks to me like an actual boss fight as well, perhaps. Like a dude, like a lion tamer or griffin tamer or whatever this is, like a chimera tamer, you know, like it reminds me a lot of what's his name Raijin or whatever, from the Shadowbringer storyline. Well, you know, I can't remember his name now, but it reminds me heavily of him. But it looks like he's going to be one of the bosses or something, or a main character in it. Very nice high res image. I think you'll agree. Yeah, very cool. And then obviously the rest is stuff we've looked at before. And of course, you can get those 3 high-resolution images that we saw previously, along with this one, by the way. This is hidden down here. Rowena. They snuck this in. Look at new. Oh, it's like, oh yeah, there's nothing about things. And suddenly Rowena and her smile. And look at this character's face. Oh God, what now? You know what I mean? They snuck this at the bottom, and there she is. Presumably having all the things to do with the Bosja Southern Front and to do with Geralt. she's very much heavily invested. I also noticed, by the way, look at these earrings. I've not seen those before. And this corsage with these plants in it. This is a really, really cool hint at a new glamour item, obviously. And she's glammed up, isn't she? She's really glammed up for the occasion and wearing this outfit we've seen before. But yes, this corsage, I don't think I've seen before in a game. I could be wrong. But yes, Rowena's back. Oh god, and she's probably badder than ever. Anyway, let me know if you're looking forward to the Bosja Southern Front. And yeah, if you're looking forward to kicking some ass. We will be having a... I'm going to be aiming to try and do a 24-hour or as close to live stream as soon as this patch goes live on the 13th. I know that's crazy. I need to do a little bit more preparation for that. But in regards to that day... Don't expect too much on the video side of that, but I will be streaming it live on twitch.tv/Meoni, right? That's my Twitch. I stream there now, if you guys don't know that already, but we're going to try and hit it as hard as physically possible. I'm going to try and get some rest the previous day, and we're going to go in there, and we'll have a timer on the screen, and we're going to go as ham as physically possible. Of course, we're going to take breaks and things like that, and little, for dinner and things like that, but of course... We'll be going as hard as we physically can to get the most results. And then we can make videos on all of the cool stuff we get from it. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. Are you looking forward to the Bosja Southern Front and 5.35? See you all next time, basically. And I hope you have a good evening. Bye-bye.